Check, 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 check. 1, 2. Check, 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 check. 1, 2. Check, 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 check. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, check, check. Check, 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 check. 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2. Check, check. Check, check. One, two. Check, check. One, two. Yes. Check, check. What? Check, check.
All right, everyone. Happy afternoon. Sorry I didn't catch this yesterday. I was a little bit busy, and then I also saw the mini direct from Nintendo was coming out, and I also did want to try to capture all that into one little segment and give my feedback on not only that, but also the Xbox One as well, and just like a collective feedback over all of the new consoles releases and stuff like that. So today we're going to be starting with the PlayStation 1. So let me just preface all this by saying that I actually haven't owned a PlayStation since the PS2. It's been many, many years. I've been a solid Xbox person through the 360, the One, and I gotta say, this showcase was amazing. I was like, whoa, wait, why am I so interested in so many of these games? I think one of the first ones out of the gate that I'm super interested in is the Final Fantasy 16. We're going to take a look at that trailer here in 1 second. But just getting into Final Fantasy 14 online now, I have played a couple of the games in the past. Like I've played 10 and 10-2 on the PS2. Or I think so, yeah. It's been a long time. I've also played a couple of the original ones that one of my stepsisters had, and she loves the series, so I would either watch her play or play along with her whenever I would go visit. But super excited for this one. Getting more into the series itself by going through Final Fantasy 14 definitely makes me want to pick up, I don't know, a game of my own, and not, in MMO style, but in more of the direct RPG style. And I feel like it would be a cool experience because I rarely have, played through something like that, and I think it would be a cool thing. But what we're going to do now is we're going to look at the trailer for it. It was really cool. Definitely the character art gave it away for me that it was going to be Final Fantasy, but hey, that's okay. I'm still hyped nonetheless. So let's go ahead and take a look at that, and then we'll talk a little bit more on it afterwards.
all know the target. Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant.
How do we even know the girl will be among us?
Our kind do not question
I know a
orders.
Shiva.
We follow them.
I know it's Shiva in FF14.
Sergeant, let's summon their icon.
Icon? That thing's a bloody mountain.
Our foe will not relinquish their mother crystal easily. This will be a bitter fight.
Mother Crystal.
You should not be out of doors. We have discussed this. Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us.
I am Joshua's shield. I'm sworn to protect him.
It looks great.
What do you mean you refuse? Did you not pledge your sword to our cause?
What does it matter? It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not?
Without the blessing of the Mother Crystal, we cannot defend our realm from the spread of the Blight.
So, I sent in the Dragoons. Imperial Vipers. Do they really mean to invade us?
It's the Archduke's son.
Phoenix.
Joshua! Stop this!
Oh shit.
Second icon of fire. But that's impossible.
The legacy of the crystals.
Has shaped our history. For long enough. I'll kill you. If it's the last thing I do.
Hell yeah. There it is. Man, I got like goosebumps right now. Oh, that looks good. There it is. It looks good. Excited as hell for it. So, yes, that does look amazing. It looks freaking amazing. Like I said, I got goosebumps. A couple things I will note though. So combat style does look, instead of that more turn-based, this definitely looks more action-oriented, which I like, most definitely. It gives me more I feel like more agency in combat to do more and not, I don't know, not rely so much on turn-based. So I like that personally. Also, I had a friend of mine, she informed me that the chocobos from this trailer are actually the same art and model design as those in Final Fantasy XIV. And this could be a possible continuation or like have something to do with that whole story, which I think would be a really cool tie-in, especially as I'm playing through it for sure. And they keep mentioning crystals. That is a main point in Final Fantasy XIV with the Aether crystals and stuff like that. So I'm really curious to see if this is all going to be tied in together somehow, which I think would be really cool. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for that one. But that is going to be on the PS5, so that is one of the reasons why I'm really thinking about getting it. Now, another game that showed up that I was immensely surprised that I'm interested in it, but I feel like my surprise is because I expected something different, and that's the key, right? It's to subvert expectations. So, Hogwarts Legacy looks incredible. So originally I was like, okay, it's another Harry Potter game. You're gonna do something. Like when they started the music and the intro scene, it had the owl carriage, but it's set in the 1800s, and it definitely gives the impression of an open world game. Like it has the base in Hogwarts, but then after that, it says you can go explore for fantastical beasts, to go I'm not fully sure, but probably just explore, conquer, and loot, right? That's the main things there. But it does look amazing, considering I don't think we've ever had a big open world Harry Potter game like this. And I feel bad calling it like a Harry Potter game, because that has nothing to do with Harry Potter. It's just Hogwarts Legacy. But it is well known by that, so I don't feel too bad. But we are going to watch the trailer. Definitely keep your eyes peeled for that open world look. It definitely feels amazing. So it's a short little trailer. We're going to watch this here, and then we'll talk a little bit more on it too. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go.
Magic, both beautiful and powerful, binds together our long history. That common bond we share is the legacy of Hogwarts. Now it is time to add your own story to these hallowed halls.
Hell yeah.
And quite possibly shape the future of the wizarding world.
Question mark expansion. Lol.
Every corridor, every portrait, every stone in this castle tells the story of witches and wizards.
If that's
who
in-game
came
footage, that looks great.
Here you will meet lifelong friends and grow into your own magical abilities in the classrooms of the world's most talented professors. And while your journey begins at Hogwarts, brewing potions, taming fantastic beasts, and mastering spells, there is a larger world beyond these
There it
walls.
is. Look at that.
A
Look
world
at that.
filled with dangers you can't yet imagine. An ancient knowledge long gone from this world. That strange and mysterious talent you possess may be the key to unlocking this dormant power. Your potential is limitless. But what form will it take? The journey ahead will reveal what you stand for. The choices you make now will define the legacy of Hogwarts.
There it is. This is just Goosebump Central, folks. Goosebump Central. No, it's not an MMO. It is actually just a PS5 exclusive, I want to say. Or I don't know about exclusive, but it's definitely coming out on the PS5. And it looks amazing. Like, I think it looks incredible. It's just, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but like, an open world Harry Potter game, especially with no influences from like the series itself, I feel like just leaves so much agency to just actually create a world outside of that, you know, because everyone feels like, me personally, I feel like there's like these guidelines that follow like a written world, right? And there is certain guidelines in the Harry Potter world, but I feel like if you do it outside of the scope of the books, you are definitely left with more agency to do what you want. And I really, really think that they're doing a really cool thing with this. Open world Harry Potter, it looks like you can fly around, just explore, dungeon delve, the whole nine. And I think that's just going to be really cool. It's just a different twist on a nice little magic open world style RPG, which, yeah, we here for it. We fucking here for it. So yeah, that's 2 reasons why I want to get a PS5. A couple of the other ones, so I've actually never played a God of War game. I've never played God of War, ever. Because I never, I guess, had a PlayStation around the time that those were really popular games. And let's just say they have amazing reviews. All my friends love it. Everyone that plays it loves it. So they did the Ragnarok release at the very end of the PS5 trailer, or the PS5 exclusive. And it was just basically an Omega sign with some runes in it, but that will let everyone else know that it is Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok coming back. They do have a release date. Yeah. I remember watching TJ do it. He was just jumping up and down. But again, like I wish I could share in that hype because I've never played it. But that being said, I am hype because apparently that was one of the best ones they made, and it's coming back in like completely revamped for the PS5. And I am just stoked. Now onto the there are a couple other games I do want to do a quick little mention for and not really cover too much on, but I definitely do want to give a shout out because people are interested. The new Spider-Man game looks freaking sweet. It looks amazing. The intro gameplay cinematic they showed, it looked kind of like more like stop action combat, where I'm sure that was just for display purposes and also like maybe it was like a mission type thing. But during the combat, like he would do some things body, and then it would like slow down time. You have to do like an input like triangle or square or something, and then something would happen. You have to do another input, that sort of thing. But the cinematic looked, or the gameplay cinematic, I guess, looked amazing. It looked clean. He has different powers, like electrical powers that he can work with now. And I was like, ooh, is it just going to stop there? I'm certain that they will just grow on that that power scale that they introduced in the beginning, because there's no way they're just going to show you all of the stops, you know what I mean, at the very beginning. No, they're going to give you a little bit taste of something new, and then I'm sure that you will have to go out and then expand upon your powers for sure. It looks very, very cool. I know I have another friend of mine who's super into the Spider-Man series, and I believe the last game I heard was fantastic, so I'm super excited to see how this one goes and how this one does. But okay, on to the Nintendo. I'm going to touch on one thing that really caught my attention. It was a partner showcase that Nintendo did, and Capcom came out swinging with a brand new Monster Hunter game. So here we go. We're going to check out that trailer for Monster Hunter Rise, and then we're going to give a little talk on that too. So let me just switch over and bring this up. All right, and everyone sit back and enjoy the Monster Hunter Rise trailer.
Oh, that's my pup. Let's go!
There he is, the good old Palico, the boy.
I just got an important letter. It looks like we've got a rampage on our hands.
I love the way he stops between like every 2 words. Pissed off chicken. Fat man on the beach. And someone who hates to be alone.
It's been 50 years since the last calamity. That monster is known as Magnum Hollow.
I will say he looked badass though. There's a boy right there. That's a whole ass boy. Titan Black. I do think that that is super fucking cool.
You're done for! Have a taste of this! This is for my fellow hunters!
Boom. Monster Hunter.
Shall we go?
Oh god, not Alphanod and someone else redone in different hair color, dude. No, please. So there you have it, though. March 26th. Coming out. I know I have a lot of friends that are super big into the Monster Hunter franchise, and this is definitely a cool way to expand upon it. Now, I'm kind of uncertain how it's going to be. I didn't play the conclusion of Iceborne. I actually had a lot of massive connection problems with Monster Hunter World. I played on PC, and at the time, I was on Wi-Fi connection. And if you have any blip in your connection while you are in a Monster Hunter party with friends out doing, a mission or something like that, I would get disconnected a lot. And it really put a damper on my experience because I couldn't play with my friends. And, that's half the fun, is going to go kill a giant-ass monster with your friends. Come on. That's the fun part. So it really did put a damper. But now I have a connected internet instead of a Wi-Fi, which is plat strats. Highly recommend if you don't have it already. But I do definitely want to revisit the series with my actual connection now. And I'm sure I'll find hella enjoyment. One thing I did see in that trailer that they did use was the I forget what it's fucking called, but it's like the little thing you can jump around with. It's like the fireflies basically, but it seems like there's more of a combat usage for them now instead of a tracking. And it looks like you can tether it to a monster's leg, it looks like, and he's maneuver past it, or it crippled the monster. I did see them or the hunter just use it in in the air, just attaching to nothing and swinging from it back and forth. Yeah, exactly. It's like a grappling hook that doesn't need to grab onto anything, and that's kind of cool. Just imagine repositioning yourself like that in a fight, and you could try to get mounts that way. You can try to just be Tarzan, just fucking swinging around trees like a monkey. You can do what you want. I think that's a really cool little addition to combat that adds a little bit more movement, a little bit more fluidity, and definitely gives you a little bit more pacing in that too. So I think that's a really, really cool looking addition. Definitely going to be keeping my eyes out. Hopefully they'll have some gameplay out soon, and we can definitely take a look at that. So that being said, now that I've seen all of the showcases, I would like to talk about how I feel about all of them and all of the games and stuff coming out, and if I had to pick, where I would pick. So I'm going to start with Nintendo. So Nintendo does have a lot of interesting and cool stuff coming out. That Mario release that they did, that Mario Kart, looked amazing. Now, I already have a Switch, so if I was going to go buy a new console, obviously this wouldn't be in my top priority, as they're not releasing a new gen console, but just a lot of really interesting games for the Switch that are coming out. Now, between the two hot contenders of PS5 and the new Xbox Series, like I said earlier, I have been an Xbox owner since the original Xbox. I've had an Xbox. Whether it was that, the 360, the One, I had it. Huge fan of the console exclusives. Was a huge fan of the Halo series and just a bunch of other games that they had. But that being said, I did have a PS2, but I never had anything past that. No PS3, no PS4. Obviously don't have a PS5. That being said, after both releases that they had, I am gravitating more towards a PS5. I'm not even going to lie. They had a lot of amazing exclusives that just really blew me away and have grabbed my attention more so than any of the Xbox exclusives. And one thing also with Xbox is that being tied with Microsoft is you can actually just get a lot of their games on PC, where unfortunately that is not the case with PS5 exclusives. So I think for me, due to game choice, total interest, and I don't know, the one for something new, I think, drives me towards the PS5. I think that this is something that I want to pick up. Most definitely. They have too many exclusives and releases that they have shown and showcased that just, like I said, made my skin crawl. And that's that good. You know it hits different when you got goosebumps. And that's when you know that this is probably the console you should go with. That being said, there are a couple games on the Xbox that are coming out that I'm definitely curious about. But again, I think I can get those on the PC. Like, I think the main one that I really looked at was Fable. That quick little Fable outro they did for Xbox. And if that could be on the PC, we said. I'm a huge fan of the Fable series, and if that could be ported out, then we're going to be sitting good. But overall, PS5 is the winner in my book. It is the winner. And as soon as that comes out, I'm definitely going to be looking at getting it. Another quick thing I do want to mention about the PS5 is they're kind of doing that same thing that Microsoft is doing with or Xbox with the kind of like the you can use all of our older games on this platform. Like Xbox has the I forget what it's Game Pass. I think it's like a $1 Game Pass, and you can basically play anything in their library. Sony's doing the same thing with the PS5 release, where you get to play all the old God of War games, Final Fantasy games, etc. And I think that's a really cool thing to do, especially if the other system's doing it too. Like, it's just like you're not really losing out on much at this point, you know. Like they bought it, they in it, they're supporting you. Give them older content so they can enjoy the newer ones with like the full story. Because that's what I'm going to do. If I get the PS5 and let's say God of War Ragnarok comes out, like I said, I haven't played the other God of War games. I would love to play the prequels to that first to get a good feel for it, and it sounds like that is something that I can do through their system. So yeah, there you have it. Some fantastic new releases coming out for the PS5. Nintendo's coming out with that sweet new Monster Hunter. And those are my closing thoughts on all the things there, or all the systems, and I believe PS5 is where it's at. Well, everyone, thank you so much. I'm sorry this is a day late. Like I said, I got a lot going on yesterday, and just wanted to get this Monster Hunter Direct in here too. And I believe tonight I'll be streaming some Among Us with a lot of friends, hopefully, and get a full lobby in here. So if you guys want to check us out later, watch us scream and yell at each other and lie, you know where to find us. We'll be right here on this channel. So please leave a follow and subscribe. I appreciate it. Definitely check out my YouTube channel as well. It is SowalaThis, the same as this channel. And everyone have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, and I will see you later tonight.